Hey everybody, welcome to the video. Welcome to the channel. Yep, we are back in the Mac today working for Mike. We got to go get some equipment picked up and we've got a small clearing job we have to do. Should be a good one. Should be a good one today. I mean, I already did rip my pants right out the gate, but that's okay. Out with the Pepsi, in with the water bottle. That's one of the reasons I like it. It fits in cup holders. Let's check this first. People leave comments all the time that they can't believe we never check the fluids. We always check the fluids when we run stuff. We just don't always put it on the video. Could you imagine if we put checking oil on every video? Oh yeah, bud. Better. Yep. Deck's good and clean. Airbags are good. Yep. Yep. Got a few comments on this the other day saying the wheel seal's bad. It was. You can see though, Mike put brand new ones on. We just haven't had the time to clean the daggone rim. We're just trying to bait the DOT. We're trying to trick Officer Hoover, but you can see the oil level. Good. Good. And that one is spank new. Both of them are. Oh yeah, looking good. Lights. You guys are already on the camera, and hopefully not too much action. Who has been running this? Do it this way. I think as long as we don't squeeze the actual conduit, we should be okay. Shouldn't hurt anything like that. Let's go. Nope. Let's go. You guys remember this job here? That's how it turned out. Grass coming in and everything. Looks good. That's real good. No reason it wouldn't. Got the water plow strapped down, chains on. I tried to scrape the track frame off best I could. It's just a mess this time of year. There's no way around it. Machine looks good sitting on there. The SRS bucket, heck yeah. Somehow though, I'm missing one of my orange flags, so we got a little mismatch going on back there, but we got all the flags, so I guess that's what matters. So it looks like we're going that way. The exciting thing about that, that's the direction I lost that GoPro. Maybe we'll see it out the window. I don't know, we'll try. Isn't that neat? Be a bad day to fall through the bridge. Yes, it would. Washed away by now. Made it. This is where we're working. You'll see what we're doing here in just a minute. You guys may remember this spot. It's from this video where I got the truck spinning out there in the mud and had to pull myself out with the dozer. And you can see the condition of the turnaround spot. We may be in that same position today. I mean, no dozer. That's an excavator or a Traco, your choice. Either way, we may be pulling ourselves out. I think we'll go this side there. That kind of angles up, so maybe at the end of the day, we'll just bobsled on out of here. First things first, let's get this off. We'll see if we get stuck. You know we're gonna get stuck. There's no way we're not getting stuck. My options are a lot of stuck or a little stuck, you know what I mean? I did not see that going any other way, so no real surprise there. That's why we put hooks on her though, I guess. We'll just pull her all the way out to the drives, get on the gravel, and then we'll just do a real careful 27-point turnaround. We'll be all right then. There we go. I can do that with track strength, so might as well help me make the turn too, huh? Let's swing her while we're here. It'll make the turn. There we go. Isn't that nice? Oh, we made it. This is ground that Farmer Chris farms. It's not his personal ground, but he does farm it. And we are coming out here. The property owner has hired Mike to clear along the edge of the field, and there's a lot. I'm gonna say maybe a couple miles worth of woodline, field edge, whatever you want to call it, to clear and clean up. And we're off to a good start. Anyway, that's what we're doing. We're doing a bunch of clearing today. We'll come back and burn it later in the future. So there's a good hole right there. Just shove that one right there. The property owner just came out just to look things over, and look at this. She brought a sandwich and chips out and a bottle of water. Does it get any better? Yeah, that's a little better. See this tree as a reference. Before. Same tree. After. You guys see what we're doing? We're just keeping the edge of the field beat back. That's the goal here. Yeah, that wasn't super smooth, but it's down. Egg beach top. There it goes. Get off of that beech tree. My gosh. get out and look at this one real quick, make sure I'm not missing something. There's a lot going on. Little dead cherry tree right in there that's leaning on that one. I think I'll just take them all down. I mean, that one's not very good shape. That one's dead, little bitty, not in good shape. Well, I mean, that one doesn't even have top, so it's gonna go too. We'll just clean that out, and there's a pretty big hole. We can shove it all right back in there, I think. Yep, that'll work. I hope you guys don't get smashed. We'll just shove you in the ground right here. Yep. Can you see things? Oh, you can see things. Hard hat, safety glasses. Get them on. Let's see if I get this one over here somewhere. And work my way back the other direction with the rest of it. Easy there, sweetie. There we go. There's already kind of a mess down here from another dead tree that blew down, so I'm going to try to make a hole for all this stuff right here in this corner. Let's see what happens. Just rake it on over there. You can just pile it in there maybe. So we came down that side, we've been all the way down here. That's the corner we just did. There's the pile where we put it. On down around this side, and then it comes back around, and if you look real close, see the field? Just keeps going around, and we make another loop on that side. We do have a little daylight left, but this little magical gauge right here says there's not much go-go left, so we're gonna go ahead and shut it down for today. Mike is actually working at a job that's not too far from here. He's got fuel in his truck. He's going to stop by on his way back and get this topped off. I'm going to hop in the Mac and head back to the house. I'll meet you guys back here in the morning. All right, it is the following morning. I think I hear the fuel coming. Mike didn't get a chance yesterday, so Matt is gonna run some fuel out to me this morning. So look at this thing fired up, let it warm up a little bit, get some fuel in it. Look at that beautiful sunrise this morning. It's gonna be another gorgeous day. Robbie got us hooked up. Look at that, full tank of fuel. We are ready to rock. So yesterday we made it all down that back edge right there, and we'll just pan to the left. We'll pan to the left a little bit, and we made it all the way around that finger to that point. And today we got to do the rest of it, which is all the way around here. As far as you can see on the camera frame, that's as far as we have to go. It's gonna be a full day, but I think we can get her knocked out. This hackberry tree over here growing almost completely horizontal, just chasing that sunlight right out into Farmer Chris's combine. Excuse me, I'm just gonna, if you don't mind, I'll just there we go. Yep. Perfect. Trying to clean up behind me here a little bit as well. We're not getting too crazy with it, just trying to avoid leaving any big ruts or piles. Just raking the top. Onwards. We got this cherry limb. We got a little bit of this cherry tree coming here. See if we can, yes, get underneath. Yeah. I was worried it might roll a little bit. Okay. It did fine. So we are now down and around and in the middle of the second finger. We can call it that if we want. We're gonna start down this side, and this side is really, really thick. This is probably the thickest it's been yet. You can see that. Time lapse? Look at these little cedar trees growing top of that rock. That is crazy. What are the odds we can just take that little fellow home with me? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. Some new cedar saplings. Cedar seedlings. A third one. Oh, come on. Good. Come on. Yeah. Look at that. Fringe benefits right there. Who fixed that toolbox? Tree box. There we go. That's what we ended up with on that side. That looks good. Making really good progress. Every so often I just get out and get my sticks off of here. Daggone things. It's kind of part of it, but I'm always worried they're going to get tangled up in a hydraulic line. You just need them cleaned off there. I can't reach that. I can't reach that. Jump. Okay, hold on, guys. Oh, no. No, all right. No, that didn't work. Let's come up here. Anyway, there we go. Got it. Just try to keep stuff from getting jammed up in the hoses. That's always my biggest fear whenever I'm clearing, is ripping a hose off and having a big hydraulic leak. Or the other thing, of course, is hitting a dead tree and the dead top falls out on you. That's something you gotta watch too. I've got to hop out and show you this. I'm pulling this little maple out. It was leaning way out into Farmer Chris land. And I was pulling that little maple out, but I've got to show you this. Look at the size. Look at the size of this oak tree here and how big that canopy is. That thing is massive. You see the 120. I'm literally working underneath the canopy pulling trees out. That thing is insane. That is incredible. Absolutely incredible. We just drag this maple and the rest of this pile down this hill. Well, that's not the direction I'm trying to go. Oh, buddy, here we go. We're sliding. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. There's always a bottom somewhere, you know what I mean? It's not like you're gonna slide forever. Oh, I'm losing half the thing here. Well, that's alright, we're close enough. Let's, I can grab on to you. You just take my hand and I'll get you there. There we go. So we finally made it all the way around. We're almost done. These are some road trees that were along the county road and the property border, and they were dead ash trees. Most of the trees she's going to leave for now, but the rest of them are very, very dead ash trees. You guys can see that. This is just a reminder, though. If you have a GoPro 8 and you use the GoPro 8 Media mod, if it takes an impact, if you drop the camera, or even sometimes for me, if I stick the magnet on too hard, it will disconnect the microphone, and that's what happened here. So I ended up with no audio for these shots. It does have an indicator that says whether the microphone is connected or not connected, and the entire time I was filming this, it still showed that it was connected because I'm paranoid and I look at that the entire time, or at least from time to time to make sure I'm getting audio. But for whatever reason, it still didn't work, which is a bummer, because look what I found. Yep, found a bottle of Jameson Irish whiskey popped up with the root wad. The old smell test. It definitely still has some whiskey in it. Anyway, that's just a little PSA about the GoPro 8 Media mod, something to look out for. And then we are all the way over to here now, which means we are almost finished.
We're gonna push. It's gonna try to do a twist and roll thing on me. I was hoping that top didn't come out on me. Our last tree branch, and it's the perfect illustration of why we have to do this. You see these rows of corn that are left here? You can't get to harvester under these branches. As everything chases the sunlight out into the field, it just grows in too far, and every so often you gotta go in and kind of clean the edges up. I'm sure you guys had that figured out by now. Anyway, last one, then we'll get all the camouflage off the machine. Get it parked. How many of you thought the last one was going to go through the windshield? Like if there was one to go through the windshield, it would be the last one, wouldn't it? And I'm glad it did, because the windshield's up right now, so going through the windshield would be, well, that'd be me, I guess. Hey guys, so I was editing this video, finished it up, realized I forgot to make an outro for the daggone thing, so here's the outro. I'm actually working for Mike again today. I'm down here getting this wheel cleaned up. I know we made a joke about it earlier, but in all seriousness, if you don't keep it clean, you can't tell when it's leaking again. You also can't check your rim to make sure there's cracks and stuff like that. So using an old hoodie here, getting her all polished up, you know, polished up. We're taking the Mac later today to take the 120 somewhere I've never taken the 120. Jason works a lot. You remember that time you were explaining to me everything Mike said right before you guys got stuck, and I said, you don't have to say a word. I've lived it. I've been there. I know exactly what was said. That was a conversation we had with Mike this morning about where we're taking the 120, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Then we're taking Plan B later, and we're going to go get the 850 off the hill, so that should be good. That'll be the next video. You guys got that to look forward to. And the new Dura ICF is coming in today, going up to the house, so very excited about that. But figured I'd make an outro. I hope all that made sense with everything. Basically, if you don't keep the edge of that field beat back, it just kind of, the wood slowly starts growing in. Everything leans out, chasing that sunlight, and as that leans out, Chris can only plant so far over, or harvest so far over, and over the years, eventually, you'll kind of start to lose acreage, honestly. So I hope that looks better to you, Chris. I hope that works for you. A few less scratches on the side of the combine anyway. But that's all I really got for this one, guys. I appreciate you watching, I really do. I'm kind of distracted because I'm in filming mode for the next video and work mode. I'm kind of distracted. Anyway, enough rambling. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.